What's up, guys? DrFeelGood here, back again with another video prescription. And today's topic is going to be about one of the most renowned video game franchises in history. Today's topic is going to be about one of the best-selling video game franchises in history. I know you're thinking, oh hell, it's Nintendo, right? No, today's topic is not about Mario in any shape or fashion, although Mario is probably the best-selling franchise of all time. If not the best, is one of the top 5 for sure. No, it's not about Mario. And no, it's not about Zelda. In fact, it's not about any Nintendo IP. Can you believe that shit? Me not talk about Nintendo? No, I'm trolling. No, but seriously, it's not a Nintendo IP. And I know your next guest may be like, well, Halo. No, it's not even Halo, not even Master Chief, although it's still one of the most renowned and best-selling IPs out there. Today's topic is about Call of Duty. That's right, COD. Today's topic, I'm going to basically chronicle a Titan's rise and fall. Pun intended. And those that know the history of Infinity Ward should know exactly what I mean when I say that. But anyway, let's get started. So, Call of Duty, one of the biggest multi-platform IPs ever released. One of the most popular even still today. But a lot of these fanboys that praise Call of Duty even to this day, guess what? A lot of them weren't there from the beginning. And the ones that were there from the beginning, they haven't paid attention to the sales. They have not noticed that Call of Duty has been on a decline for years. I don't mean 1 or 2 years. I mean more than that. Yeah, Call of Duty has been on a serious decline, folks. But don't take my word for it. Let's look up some numbers, shall we? Straight from VG Charts, which is the only public domain and or website that we can get some type of statistical history and tracking. Okay? I know NPD is far more accurate, but that's not available to everyone in the public. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and start out with the first ever Call of Duty. Now, I'm not going to provide exact platform details as to which systems it released on, but I'm just going to give you some general numbers, okay? This is to prove my point of the decline. I'm merely saying all this to prove that it went from Call of Duty to Call of Booty. Okay? That's all I'm saying. And this is coming from I'm a big Call of Duty fan. I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 3 on the Xbox 360, okay? I love it. The last game I played was Black Ops 2, which to me was the pinnacle. But not in all ways. It was a pinnacle in some ways. But I made a promise to myself that unless they innovate the formula, such as adding total environmental damage, something that had been done 10 years prior, then I'm not going to buy another single Call of Duty game. And no, moving fish does not count, and scripted stage hazards do not count. Sorry, they just don't. But moving on. The first Call of Duty game sold roughly 4 million units, give or take, across 3 platforms, according to VG Charts. You can look this up yourself, people. But the first Call of Duty, I think it was a 6th-gen game, sold 4 million across 3 platforms. That's roughly 1.3 million per platform, all right? Okay, it's not bad. Call of Duty 2 sold roughly 6 million copies across 5 platforms. Now, I know the typical narrow-minded person is thinking like, well, hey, that's an improvement. You're right, but they got almost twice as many platforms, but they only yielded 50% more sales. So on average, that's just over 1 million. It's probably around like 1.2 million, 1.15 million across each platform. So the ratio is a little bit less. You went from 1.3 down to like 1.1 essentially. Okay? Still not terrible. Call of Duty 3 sold roughly 7 million units across 4 different platforms. That's not bad. That's almost 2 million per platform. So in that sense, the ratio did get better. And of course, in terms of unit sales, we've gone from 4 million to 6 million, now 7 million. Now we all know where the industry started turning to shit. When Modern Warfare was released, and they made a significant change by going from the World War II era to the modern era, Modern Warfare sold 19 million units across 4 platforms. That game basically made $1 billion in about a month. Okay? That's a lot. In fact, if you add up the total sales of the first 3 Call of Duties, it outsold them. It sold more copies than the total of the first 3 games, period. The first 3 games total roughly 18 million. I'm sorry, 17 million plus. This sold 19 million across 4 platforms. So that's almost 5 million per platform. That's damn good. That's really good. Next game, World at War. So roughly 17 million units across 6 platforms. Now that's a decline in both ways. That's a decline in total unit sales when compared to the previous entry, and it's a decline as far as number of units average per platform. You added 2 platforms, but you sold 2 million units less. All right, let's move on. Now, I've said this in many podcasts, but people don't believe me, but it's the truth factually. Modern Warfare 2 was the pinnacle of this series in terms of overall success. Modern Warfare 2 sold 25 million units across just 3 platforms. Just 3. That's it. 3, people. That's over 8 million units per platform. That is great. And that's the best it ever gets. Not kidding. From there, there's a decline. Now, even though the total unit sales may go up, the ratio, or should I say the average per console, per platform, declines significantly. That's the thing. But don't take my word for it. The next entry was Black Ops. So roughly 32 million units across 6 platforms. That's a little bit over 5 million units per platform. Probably about, 5.3 million units per platform. That's good. Don't get me wrong. These are still good sales. But the ratio per console is a lot less. The ratio per platform is a lot less. It went from over 8 million per platform down to a little over 5. And an easy way to look at it is this. If Modern Warfare 2 sold 25 million units across 3 platforms, you would expect Black Ops to sell 50 million units across 6 platforms. They didn't come close to that. They sold total of 32 million. Okay, still good sales, but the ratio drops. The next entry, Modern Warfare 3. Sold roughly 31 million units across 4 platforms. So a better ratio than Black Ops did, but still lower than Modern Warfare 2, but only by a little bit. If Modern Warfare 2 is roughly a little bit over 8 million, it's about 8.3 million per platform. Modern Warfare 3 it's almost 8 million. It's around like 7.8, 7.9 million per platform. So still good. So far, the best is Modern Warfare 2, followed by Modern Warfare 3. Then you got Black Ops 2. 29 million units sold across 4 platforms. That's still damn good. Nearly 30 million copies, that's still very, very good. But that average is only about just a little over 7 million per console. About 7.25 million per console on average. That's the ratio. Still very good, but hey, it's not greater than it was with Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2. And to me, Black Ops 2 is the most balanced of all the Call of Duties, even to this day, although I can't really speak factually in reference to Ghosts and On because I refuse to buy those games. But I've heard stories. Moving on. Speaking of Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts sold 27 million units across 6 platforms. That's a hell of a lot worse. It's better than World at War, but still, that's a little bit over 4 million per console, per platform. Okay? Still good sales, still making money, of course. Then Advanced Warfare sold roughly 22 million across 5 platforms. Still not bad. Still great sales, but as you can see, we went from 4 million with the first Call of Duty to 6 million to 7 million to 19 million. The first drop was at World at War with 17 million. Then it spiked back up to 25 million with Modern Warfare 2. Then Black Ops, 32 million. That really is the pinnacle right there in terms of unit sales, unit volume sales. Black Ops was the highest, the original Black Ops. Modern Warfare 3, 31 million. Black Ops 2, 29 million. Ghost, 27 million. And Advanced Warfare, 22 million. So there's a trending decline in unit volume sales, total sales sold period, worldwide. And of course, the ratio or average per platform has been dropping ever since Modern Warfare 2. Moving on. I said Advanced Warfare sold 22 million across 5 platforms. That literally is barely over 4 million per platform. All right. Black Ops 3. I heard it was actually a good game. Sold roughly 26 million across 5 platforms. That's a little bit over 5 million per platform. So the ratio went up compared to Advanced Warfare and also the unit sales, volume sales total. And then we get to Infinite Warfare, the controversial Call of Duty. 12 million units sold worldwide. And that's across 3 platforms. 12 million. That is a huge decline. Call of Duty hadn't sold that low since Call of Duty 3. That's about 10 years ago. Modern Warfare came out in 2007. So I think COD 3 came out in 2005, 2006. Yeah. Literally. About 10 years, a decade since it sold that low. 12 million across 3 platforms. The lowest it sold after that was World at War with 17 million. That's sad. Now, of course, and they announced that they're taking the game back to its roots, which is the World War II era. Basically, they're pulling the Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 went to the modern era. Now they will Battlefield went to the modern. Battlefield started out in the World War era. Then it went to the modern era, to try to capitalize off of COD's success. And now they went back, and Battlefield 1 was actually very successful. So Activision's hoping for the same thing, I'm pretty sure. Hey, monkey see, monkey do, right? But anyway, this new Call of Duty releasing this year is supposed to be in the World War II era. And, I'm indifferent. If it does well, great. If it doesn't, I don't give a damn. I'm not going to buy it unless they innovate the formula, and I need more than just perks and kill streaks and weapon customization. I'm sorry. they have to add environmental damage and not some cheap BS. They need to go even beyond the damage that Battlefield does. And let me tell you why. Red Faction Guerrilla, they released, I believe, on the Xbox 360 and PS3. This is 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago. They had full environmental damage. Anything you saw, you could destroy. Like 99% of things. You can take down whole buildings, even in the multiplayer mode. Even in the online multiplayer, you can start out on a map that has buildings, and before the round was over, you had nothing but flat land and explosive indentions. Like, that's really all you would see, just flat land. All the structures will be destroyed. I'm sorry. It can be done. It was done back then. It can be done today. So I'm going to stand by my promise that I'm not going to buy Call of Duty until they innovate the formula. I need more than just perks or ways to combine perks or kill streaks and customizable gun attachments and skins. I need more than that. That's just for me. But if I had to have my way, if this is pretty much as it has been for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 iterations, where it's just a new game with a new coat of paint, new name, and new maps and weapons, I hope it flops. I hope it flops. This is nothing personal against it, but this needs to stop. It's because these numbers I've just gave you is proof that the series has become stale and stagnant. They've stifled the first-person shooter genre in the industry for the most part. They really have. Virtually no changes except for the theme. They went from World War II to modern times to, I would say, near future, and then back to recent past, recent history, and then it went to the distant future, and now they're going back to World War II again. No. I don't give a shit about your theme. Where's the innovation? How much innovation could you really have done since the last couple of games? I'm sorry. I'm just saying, if you don't have environmental destruction, that's an automatic no buy for me. I don't care if it does have other innovations. I'm not going to buy it because I played Call of Duty from 3 all the way up to Black Ops 2. That's roughly 10 games with no environmental destruction, which means I could call an airstrike and a person can hide in a corrugated steel shack and avoid death. No, I don't have to have hyper-realism, but that's some BS. But the series has been on decline for years. For years. Even with the lazy development as of late, due to the 8th gen, and even the 7th gen, it's been on decline, people. The Titan has fallen. And for those that don't know, and pun intended, and for those that don't know why that's a pun and a funny one, I'll explain. The creators of Infinity War, or should I say the founders, are Vince Zampella and Jason West. They left EA years ago after making, I think, a Medal of Honor game to make their own game, which is Call of Duty. And they went to Activision, with Infinity War. They made the game very successful. Then after Activision fired them, I think it was back in 2010 for some BS, whatever it may have been. They had to settle out of court. Activision paid them a lot of money, because they fired them right after the huge success of Modern Warfare 2. Well, they got fired from Activision. They made their own company called Respawn Entertainment, and Respawn signed up back again with EA. Kind of like what goes around comes around, the circle of life. Yeah, you were with EA, you left them to make Call of Duty, and you started your own studio, Infinity Ward. Then Activision fired you after the monumental success of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You make your own studio called Respawn, and that studio is up under EA. And what did Respawn make? Titanfall. It's an appropriate name. And yes, metaphorically speaking, Call of Duty, the titan of first-person shooters, has fallen. And no, it hasn't fallen to Titanfall. I think Titanfall is a good game. It feels very much like Call of Duty with mechs. But even still, you want to count those games in there because it's made by the same people. The sales of Titanfall don't even compare to the first Call of Duty games. But kind of funny, right? Kind of ironic. But yeah, it has fallen. It's become stale. I think the fans know that. There's no other way to put it. The numbers are there. The numbers are there. Not hating on the franchise. It's just old. We've had over 15 games of the same old shit. It's time for a change. Time for a change, or go 3 or 4 years without making another one. Give yourself time to think of new ideas and innovate from there. But every year has killed this game. Annual iterations have killed this game's innovation. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this. As I said, from Call of Duty to Call of Booty. The rise and fall of a titan. Sorry for the puns. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. And as I always say, keep it gaming.